Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to our live broadcast from Musgrave in Durban. I'm Gouwah Solomon. Thank you so much for being with us and staying with us through this exclusive medical broadcast brought to you by the IMASA 40th and 40 and Forward Convention, a long-awaited 2 years, COVID, and so much more happening, anticipating another wave, but they kept going, pushed it, and alhamdulillah, they're here. October, but never too late. Now we chat to another delegate from the IMA, and that is Dr. Muhammed Moosajee, who is the previous sports doctor and manager of our national cricket team, the Proteas, as well as the current doctor of Kaizer Chiefs. Assalamu alaikum to you, Dr. Moosajee. Thank you and shukran so much for joining us here today. What was your experience like thus far of the convention?
Walaikum salam, and thank you for having me and affording me this opportunity. I think it's been long overdue. As you know, the IMA Medical Conference is something that the delegates from around the country generally look forward to. It's about rekindling old acquaintances. It's about getting some medicine for the heart and for the soul. But most importantly, it's also for most of us to be able to an opportunity to collect what we call CPD points. COVID, as we know, has ravaged and savaged South African society and the world over. And this is the first time in the last 3 years that we've got together as a group. So you can understand that excitement was there. But besides, the program itself was exhilarating and very, very informative.
What did you take away from the past day thus far? And we've still got another few sessions this afternoon.
I think for me, it's all the ethical issues around where medicine is in our country, the challenges that face us. But more importantly is to remember the Islamic ethos in whatever we do. And this keeps us grounded. It allows us to remember that we are Muslims first, and then we are medical practitioners who are supposed to serve selflessly in our communities.
Absolutely. So you found yourself in the sports arena. Yeah. Anything that had attracted you and the various exhibitors that were on display at this weekend?
Yeah, I think sports is something that's close to my heart. When you looked at the exhibitors that were on display, the future of the fourth industrial revolution is phenomenal. I'm sure you've been exposed to some of it.
Yes.
And it's important that as a country we realize where we're going. It's important that as a community and as a society we embrace change, and one of that is to make sure that something like artificial intelligence has got a role to play in every facet of healthcare as well as our lives.
40 and Forward was the theme of this year. What stood out for you and the inspiration behind the idea, bringing the light of the Prophet ﷺ, getting his prophethood at 40 as well. Any special spark that stood out as well?
I think it's important that any organization that has stood the test of time for 40 years in today's society shows that we are heading in the right direction.
Alhamdulillah. Dr. Moosajee, we've got some students here as well. The IMA has included various delegates and sponsored some students. There's a family that was included. Has it always been like this? This is the first time we're having a live broadcast. I know various broadcasts was recorded, but people at home as well are listening and watching. And there's been various responses as like, oh my goodness, wow, such an important, in real time, a medical convention that we can actually learn from.
Yeah, I think the Islamic Medical Association over the years has showed that it puts the community first before just anything else. It's important about embracing youth, about educating them and exposing them to what's on offer so that they're going to be the leaders of this organization in the next 40 years. Yeah. So it's about allowing for them to experience it as well, and that's why the IMA have tried to sponsor some of the students and give them the opportunity to experience it as well.
So for the delegates and the registered various medical staff that didn't make it this year, what did they miss out and that they need to look forward to next time, inshallah?
As Muslim healthcare professionals, it's extremely important about what we can do for community and for society. And the IMA is an organization where everyone needs to take ownership of. They have missed out, but I think next year's one is going to be in Johannesburg. Hopefully
Okay.
it's going to be bigger and better, so there'll be an
Absolutely.
opportunity for many, whether
Yeah.
it's students or delegates or even the broader public to participate.
Dr. Moosajee, your last words to leave us today. You're going to be leaving in a couple of hours much more happier that you got your CBD points as well, and linked up and saw some familiar faces. So some stories to take home.
Definitely, and I think the most important thing is that the spiritual upliftment you get from the 2 days that we spent is
Yeah.
unparalleled.
Dr. Moosajee, thank you so much for being here as well, part of this IMA convention, and taking a few minutes out to chat to us as well.
Pleasure. Thank you for
Thank you
having me.
so much for being there. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Walaikum
That
salam.
was Dr. Muhammed Moosajee. He is the previous sports doctor and manager of Protea national cricket team, as well as the current doctor of Kaiser Chiefs. So looking after our soccer guys there. Thank you so much to our various guests. We'll be chatting to some students sponsored by the IMA just after this. Stay with us.